coming.
Yeah, this is Houston, we're copying.
F2, I'm at the
1/160th second. Neil, we can see you coming down the ladder now. Roger, we copy.
pretty good little jump. And step off the limb now. That's one small step for man, one giant leap for mankind.
Randy here with Tampa Area Media. You know, we're very excited. 3 weeks from today, we'll be beginning our 3-week trip of the Northwest, doing videos every day and some live videos as well. So subscribe to our channel to see more of that. But first, today, we're going to be flying the Mavic 2 Pro and discuss the advantages of using the Smart Controller and share some helpful tips as well. So stay tuned. So, are you on the fence about getting the Smart Controller? Well, in this video, I will share 7 reasons why I love the Smart Controller, and then we'll show 3 important accessories for the Mavic 2 Pro and a very useful tip. Stay tuned. Now, the first accessory is what you just saw, the Loom Cube anti-collision lights, something that will allow you to do some creative video, but also required by the FAA if you are flying after sunset. Today we have Frank with us, who's going to help us fly this Mavic 2 Pro with the Smart Controller and talk about the 7 advantages of using the Smart Controller. The Smart Controller is a little heavier, weighing in at 1 pound 9 ounces, comparing with that of the old controller, which is less than half the weight at 11.2 ounces. But you add the phone like my Galaxy S9 Plus with the OtterBox case at 9.5 ounces, so it ends up being about the same as the Smart Controller. Advantage number 1 of the Smart Controller, it holds an SD card. This was a lifesaver for me this last weekend. I was on a job that had been delayed several days due to weather. Well, we finally had great weather, so I showed up ready to shoot and realized I had no SD card in my drone. But I did have an SD card inside the controller. Thank God, it saved me. Looking at the front side, pretty much the same as the old controller. One added output is the HDMI, so you can hook up an external monitor, and underneath the front side, extra joystick knobs. One of the advantages of the Smart Controller, it just has a real good feel in the hand. It feels more sturdier, more robust. You have a nice grip from the bottom side, which are the 2 lithium batteries. How does that feel, Frank, with that controller versus the Smart Controller?
I like the Smart Controller because it's flat and the weight's even. I can tell the weight distribution's over.
And that brings us to advantage number 3, longer battery life by far, rated at 2.5 hours, and I think this is pretty accurate. I find with the old Smart Controller, I was really always having to charge the batteries. After about 3 batteries, I would pretty much have to charge this controller. Whereas this, in real use, I use 4 full batteries on a shoot over the weekend, and this was still only 50% used as far as the battery on the Smart Controller. The second accessory I would recommend is the Jar Mobile Power Bank. We'll put a link in the description below. This is very necessary with the old controller with decreased battery life. You can put Velcro on the bottom of the controller so it easily attaches underneath and is about the same width, so it makes it easy to use while you are flying. With the extended battery life of the Smart Controller, you may not have to use it while you are flying, but still good to have with you so you can charge when you need to. The fourth thing I like about the Smart Controller is the flight mode switch, which is on the face of the controller instead of on the side. When it was on the side, it was just more of a hassle to flip it up to its side to ensure I was in the right flight mode. When that switch is up front, I can easily see it and more easily switch it when I need to change modes. The fifth reason I like the Smart Controller is not being interrupted in flight with notifications, emails, and texts. You probably do want access to the internet so that if you are flying in restricted airspace that you have permission to fly in, you can confirm with the DJI Go app that you do have permission to fly and taking responsibility for your flight. This is easily solved by creating a hotspot with your phone, then go into the menu on the Smart Controller, click Setting, and find your Wi-Fi network. Reason number 6 I love the Smart Controller is the back button. How many times am I flying and I mistakenly lose my record screen showing all my parameters, so then have to close out the screen, restart the Go4 app just to get back to the main screen. Critical seconds go by with no picture on my monitor. With a Smart Controller, just an easy tap with my left thumb on the back button and my main screen is back up instantly. Some things you just want a physical button for. Love it. Lastly, the seventh advantage is the locked screen orientation. It is so frustrating, at least on my phone and notepad, that when I tilt the screen slightly, it turns the screen upside down, completely disrupting my focus, and takes a few seconds to get it back right. One of those things that the manufacturer thinks they are helping you, but I don't want the orientation to change. With the Smart Controller, obviously, they know you are only looking at the screen one way. The orientation is locked in one position. So those are the 7 things I love about the Smart Controller. You say, but Randy, how about the brightness? Yes, I think it is a little bit easier to see slightly, so maybe I won't have to contort my body into crazy positions just to try to block the sun. This is Florida, and our sun is pretty harsh, and it is July. While the brightness is probably a little better, I don't know. Maybe my expectations were a little high with some of the other reviews. But to be honest, to me, it wasn't that much of a difference. What do you think, Bella? Now, I do think the image is sharper, and perhaps a matte screen protector will help with the glare, which will make it easier to see. Well, let me know your thoughts on that. Now, one disadvantage of the Smart Controller, and really this is the same way with the old Smart Controller, there was no way to attach a strap. Now, I know you're asking yourself, but you have a strap. Yes, I do. And I kind of rigged one up myself by just using Velcro. I cut the strap first and just put it here and then put the Velcro over it. And find that this holds it pretty good, because you really, at least me personally, I really need a strap because I'm usually carrying a camera as well and maybe some other equipment. So having a strap is important. So that was about the only disadvantage. If you are still using the regular controller, I have a great accessory for you. This phone holder by Skyreach. There's a link in the description below. It will hold a phone or a tablet, so this way you don't have to deal with trying to feed that cable through the controller's little phone holder and then jamming your phone in there. You can use your phone with its protective case. Just put some Velcro underneath to hold it. This also has the hole which allows you to use a strap, and it comes with a strap that you see I am using here. The third accessory is this backpack, which I absolutely love. It will hold either Mavic Pro 2 with a Smart Controller or regular controller. It will easily hold 6 batteries as well as the charger. It has a slot for the regular controller. However, if you are using the Smart Controller, you can just put a 7th battery in that slot, and the Smart Controller will fit in the front pocket. You can cut out the foam to your liking and allow the Smart Controller to fit nice and snug without having to take the control sticks off. Yeah, so all that fits in the backpack and fits over your shoulders. Have your hands free so you can take a bike and go out to wherever you're shooting. Makes it nice and easy. We are Tampa Aerial Media. We're based right here in Tampa Bay, but we do shoot videos all across the USA, like we will 3 weeks from now as we head on out to Minneapolis for our Northwest tour. We'll be dropping down to Milwaukee, Chicago, and then headed west towards Seattle via Idaho and the Snake River, and then down the coast all the way down to LA, and then headed east to Vegas. A lot of Colorado on this trip, and a little bit of Tennessee, so you're gonna like it. We'll be posting daily, and subscribe to our channel to see more of that. For information on licensing any of our videos, please contact me at info@tampaaerialmedia.com. Thank you for watching.